Welcome back to Football Tussle there still after the international break.
Yes,
and
sir.
we needed a little break anyway still. So it's good to be back anyway after that rubbish National League nonsense there. We won't say too much about what's it called, England and their performances and Gareth Southgate's nonsense management. But let's move on to what we're here for anyway, which was record-breaking Premiership weekend. Goals galore, hat-trick galore, crazy. You name it galore.
You know,
VAR galore nonsense there still. But no better place.
Trent Arnold mistakes galore.
Well, yeah, you know, he's not alone there. What's it called? Van Dijk is doing a black Harry Maguire, but we'll come to that when it's Liverpool's turn. But let's start at the Emirates there. The North London derby, where North London is still red, even though you're wearing whites. What's it called? Is that the flag early already? What do you have to say about that still? Are you actually, is there more percentage of you believing in the process or what? 7-Up there, 7-Up? Or was that Sprite or whatever? Okay, yes.
Real people know about the thing.
Yeah. All right. Get the sponsorship in. But yeah, what do you have to say about the North London derby there?
Big game. Listen, the last two home games against Spurs we've won. With Spurs scoring a goal, and then vice versa, we've lost the last two away games to Spurs at that ground. So I was fairly confident for this game. But listen, the Arsenal players are Arteta. I ain't gonna lie, maybe I'm beginning to trust the process. Let me bite my man. I'm starting to believe
slowly.
I'm starting to trust the process because what I could see with the performances, the players is brought in, Jesus and the Zichenkos, and listen, City have gone on to another level, so they don't need Jesus no more. But I feel like that piece of business from Arteta was amazing, and the way he's moved Xhaka, playing a bit more forward now. So Xhaka's not playing deep line playmaker no more. So because he's got no legs, so he's changed a lot
to do rash tackles.
Exactly. So that's been left to Partey. And then, his genius stuff too for 2 years, even though I was cussing him for a lot. Saliba slotted into the team seamlessly. You got Ben White, who's been playing very good, so Tomiyasu can get into the team. And I feel like, he deserved it. And then I feel like one more thing as well is like the shape, the fighting. Listen, I have to praise Arteta because I've never praised him on the show for like a year plus, but I have to praise him and actually say he's actually, the team is actually playing well, and they're on course to sort of, get in the top 4. We ain't going to win the Premier League. So to the Arsenal fans, we're not winning the Premier League. But top 4 is a reality, and we could do this because Liverpool, Chelsea, they look uncertain. So why not? Why can't we do it? And Spurs are good, but once again, they show when they meet the big boys, the boys in red, we'll put them to shame.
It's true. As for Arsenal, yeah, as I was saying, that if a team wants to stay in contention, they can be there till March. If you're around top or 5 points behind the lead in March, then you're in contention or challenger for the title. Arsenal are doing brilliant as they are. That's 8 played 7 weeks. You can't, you can't say nothing less better than that. As you said, Arteta's got all the boys there, pulling on one page there. And it's quality. And I keep saying that a good sign of a very good team is when goals are coming from different angles.
It's true.
Different angles of the goals are coming. Even Thomas Partey or Yokubu is having a party there still, scoring a
top goal. Great technique, and many of these haters are out here with saying Partey is always injured, including yourself, CIC, including yourself. Oh. You said on the show that he's always injured and he's not.
I did say that he can't play more than 2 to 3 games.
Listen. The guy is instrumental. When he's not playing, is visible because his impact on the team, his influence is crazy.
If he can, that's up to him now to try and keep his old body fit. So let's see if we can do that anyway. But anyway, moving on to Spurs, I think Conte made a bit of a mistake there still. Maybe just a bit. I mean, obviously, I think Kulachevsky was injured still. So
He was injured. It was injured.
Even though I think
Nah,
Son,
Kulevski's been poor. He's been off form as well. So rightly dropped Richarlison, who won a penalty for them.
True, and then Son was back to his off-song performances there. Some passes were poor there from him, and then before you know it, the game's all over there. So Spurs are still a long way from where they want to be.
Red card or no red card?
That was their first defeat, but it showed them once again that record at the Emirates is an awful record. I don't think they've won in over 20 years or whatever it is. It's a disgraceful record.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
That's why, what's it called? North London is still heavily red.
Still heavily red. Still heavily red. I'm just to tell the Spurs fans who were talking about unbeaten, you are not Arsenal. You are not Arsenal. You don't even know what it feels like. Or go on a run of 10 games there. Go on a run of 10 games.
All we know is that Harry Kane keeps breaking all sorts of records. I think he's got another one, which is the
most away
goals.
Yeah,
100 away goals.
100 away. Most goals scored. Most scores
in the London derby.
In the London derby.
Or something.
Crazy.
Harry,
crazy stats.
But Harry, where's your winners' medals? Show that. Are you going to be showing these records of goals or whatever to your grandkids or whatever?
Yeah, why not?
Get some medals. Winner medals.
Shearer done it.
Well, Shearer at least got a prem. At least it's enough. Yeah. All you need is that one. And it's a top one. That's it. It's not a Carabao Cup. But anyway,
he's not even got that. Harry Kane ain't even got that.
That's what I'm saying. Plaudits to Harry Kane breaking records or whatever, but win something on medal-wise.
Yeah.
But moving on quickly, what was your thoughts on Emerson Royal exit? Was it a red card or was it a bit soft?
that was for the Royal exit. No, it was soft. It was soft, but listen, I've seen red cards given for all sorts in the past. So these days, VAR referees, I don't even bother myself anymore. Once they do the stupidness, I'm just like, all right.
I thought it was a red anyway. Just about.
No. The foot was just a tad high, but come on, man. You could see there was no intent.
Anyway,
it didn't come in maliciously. Yeah. There was no force. That was soft to me.
Let Conte and Spurs appeal, and let's see if they can they've got a 50-50 chance of maybe getting it rescinded, but we'll see how that goes. But definitely. Very good. Once again, it showed that Arsenal are the engines are firing in the right direction.
I know, Spurs, as a Liverpool fan, I know you're looking with envy.
Well, anyway, it's very rare that I look at envy for Arsenal anyway. So I still hold that thought anyway.
Yeah,
but Spurs just need to go back to page one of the index there or whatever it is, and go back there still because that was a poor performance.
Yeah, I just add. Obviously, I know we're limited on time, but there's something like I've been saying it every week. Spurs, they've been picking up points. Obviously, they've lost to Arsenal, but there's something about Spurs. They're just not there. Not to say, they're not trying to. When they play, I still don't know the identity. Basically, they're very defensive. They're very attacking with the style of play. So I don't know with them. To be honest.
Well, we'll see how it goes if they can get themselves back to winning ways later on in the coming weekend.
Yeah.
Talking about another hat trick. We had the hat trick at Anfield. What a mess Liverpool are nowadays. I don't even know where to say it. I speak like I'm at a funeral. It is like that every time at Anfield or away. Wow. My goodness, there. Tossard is the first person to score a hat trick or more since Shavin's 4 in 2009.
You remember that? You remember that?
The hand was going like that. There you are, 2009. My goodness. There you go.
Quality.
I don't know. Anyway, I'll try and keep it brief because this is my team anyway. I don't know where to start. If it's not some of the starting lineup, it's Klopp's talk about where they were asking him questions about Arnold, about England, and then Klopp's answer was that Arnold is always going to start for me. Maybe that's why Arnold doesn't care about running back or playing halfway or not, defending, because he knows that he's guaranteed of playing every game regardless.
I feel like I feel like
when someone's out of form, regardless of your status, if you're out of form, you need to be benched. It's because Liverpool haven't got any tangible, what's it called, right backs there behind. Gomez is a nightmare wherever he plays. And then this guy, Ramsey or whatever we bought from Aberdeen, is becoming a ghost like Ben Davis was from Preston, for God's sake. But then another thing is, what's it called, the midfield hasn't got any legs. There's no protection anymore. There's no legs.
I love this right as well. The paint in your face is beautiful.
And then one more. And then I was saying that Salah shouldn't be getting 400,000. I don't know if it's 400.
You did say
the performance there from Salah for the last 9 months, whatever, has been horrendous.
Maybe I knew. Maybe I knew, and I wanted to Bamian
and Ozil effect. But one more thing.
Hey, don't mention those names. They're not Arsenal no more, my friend. They're not Arsenal, my friend.
I'm not mentioning them for Arsenal. I'm not mentioning. I'm just mentioning the contracts. Don't be hurt. But anyway, two more things is what's it called?
You're the one that's hurt, mate. But go on.
Nunes. I was hoping Liverpool fans were hoping he'd do at least a quarter of what Haaland's doing.
Wow.
Not half. Not 3 quarters. Not a whole. Just a quarter. And then. You only bring him on at 85 minutes. What was that? And you're telling me that you're trying to settle him in. There's no point bringing him on for 89 minutes. I know he blew himself with a red card, but why are you not starting him in games?
Club,
Club is turning into a flop.
Whoa. That's a great club for you guys. Wow.
Great men fall. Ask William Wallace of Scotland.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Classic line. Brilliant. Just a classic movie. No.
And one more thing. Klopp was asked about what happened. You know what he said after the game?
What did he say?
He said he couldn't. He said he didn't know what kind of what would Brighton bring because they got a new manager.
I saw that.
Shocking answer.
I saw that. How
can you say such a thing?
I was thinking.
In other words, you're not prepared.
What was that? That was shocking. I was thinking, ain't that the reason why you have a scouting network? Like, what do you mean you don't know?
You're supposed to be a top manager. He has lost the plot.
No,
at this rate, at this roaring rate, the title's gone a long time ago. Even though it's only 7 games, title's gone a long time ago. No, it's gone. It's gone. Let's not pretend.
Brilliant.
Who is it? Sound to your ears, you mug. But in reality, it's now what's it called? Trying to think if we can finish. This could be the season after Liverpool won the Premiership, where they were struggling when they had no central defenders, where somehow they had a miracle of finishing in the top 4. It might be another miracle times 2.
So quick question.
Sort themselves out.
So quick question. Is Klopp on the?
He's on icy. He's on icy waters.
So how many games are you giving him to save himself?
Well, the next 2 games are tough as well.
No. I'm asking you a question. How many games are you giving Klopp to save himself?
I'll give him to the January sales.
To January? Wow, you guys might be at least 30 points behind by then.
Well, it's possible because, as I said, our 2 next games are what's it called, Arsenal away and Man City at home. Both teams are going to be licking their lips at what's going on anyway.
You know what it is. You know what time it is.
Well done to the to Brighton's new manager. Well done. Trossard is a very good player. He's a nice, tidy player there. I'll take him at Liverpool. Then again, nowadays, I'll take any midfielder at Liverpool. It's that bad.
You're a mess. Anyway, You're a mess. Get a grip, man.
No legs.
Get a grip.
Fabinho looking poor. What's it called? Henderson looking like a declining old OIP. But anyway, let's move on still.
Relax. Hold on. Relax. Your Liverpool ride was beautiful.
Yeah, we have to move on now.
We have to move on. Relax. I'm just saying. I just want to say on Brighton, the players the guys accumulated up there at Brighton, for some reason, I don't know why teams are not looking. I mean, obviously every season they lose like a player.
There's 2. But the midfielder Caselli, whatever his name is, and then Trossard. Those 2, I don't think they'll be there next summer.
Yeah, the quality. Even is it McAllister, the Argentinian?
He's another one. What's it called? Even Van Dijk and Matic made Danny Welbeck look like Neymar. For goodness sake, it was that bad. For God's sake. Anyway, that's enough of my team. Anyway, let's move on to Manchester is still blue. And what a blue day it was.
You're finishing me on the show today. One laughter after another. United fans. United fans. All these United fans that were laughing at Arsenal when Wenger left and Arsenal were struggling and all sorts. Now look at you guys. Huh?
They thought they were back.
I know. They thought they were back like Al Pacino there, Scarface. Look at you now, huh? Look at you now. You stupid. Listen. United fans got excited after they beat Arsenal. Roy Keane and all them guys bashing into Arsenal.
You name it.
All of this there.
Rio Ferdinand, Paul Scholes.
I know. They thought United were back, but boy, showed the level in class. And what made it even worse, people keep dissing Man City and saying, yes, they bought the title, they bought many players, but United have spent, in the same amount of years, I think 10 years, they have spent more money than Man City.
Can you imagine that?
$1 billion
what they got to show in that time?
Nothing.
Maguire, Pogba,
Harry Maguire.
But at least this time they can't blame that heavy defeat on either of those players.
Jeez,
but the question is, what's it called? I thought that Ten Hag made a few howlers there still.
He did.
He thought that he could go to the Etihad and play attacking players.
No way, not
and know what's it called protection. Who is McTominay? Why was Casemiro brought there to be an ex-Galactico on the bench there to keep Ronaldo company? Was it?
But you saw that
questions.
But you saw that straight away. Second half, Casemiro was in. McTominay was subbed. Like, listen,
it was, but it was a little too late.
It was a little too late.
My goodness,
Varane,
Haaland breaking records,
all sorts of records, and you see what Varane was doing to Haaland was doing to Varane.
That's why Varane faked the injury.
Yeah, that injury faked it. You could tell he's like, oh my goodness, I don't want a part of this. I don't want a part of this. And then Ronaldo's face as well. I could see the gel list licking down there, upset there.
It's a bit like what's it called? A bit like Clark Kent there. Clark Kent there in the original Superman there.
It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. But all jokes aside, Man City, and like what Roy Keane said as well once again, is these Man City, what they're playing right now. In fact, Man City for the last probably say 5 years, the football they've been playing has been up there. As an Arsenal fan, I will say the Arsenal team, they'll be, I'll probably say the Invisible team, and the team after post the Invisible team, so the teams with Fabregas and the Rosickis, Wilshere, not Perez, Hileb. These guys, we played good football. But what Man City have done now, they play just as good football, but flipping effective. They're efficient. There's goals. Arsenal couldn't replicate the amount of goals. The football was beautiful, but City just taking it to a different level. And United need to just sit back and just say, listen.
Yeah, you made a mistake. What's it called? You got the lineup run there still, two attacking and stuff. But Kevin De Bruyne, he can
super world class. Super world class. Is there a term for that? There, super world class.
That's the new term.
Super world class. Different level.
And then Haaland, the way he can stretch his leg and put all these balls with different angles and still generate the power. With elastic stuff.
For a big man, the guy.
My goodness. Look at the stats. 17 goals in 11 games. The first player to do 3 hat-tricks in a row at home. And the fastest person to do it to get 3 hat-tricks in only 8 games.
8 games.
Michael Owen took 48.
Michael Owen took 48. Evan Suarez took like 73. You got
this man done it in 8,
in 8 games. Even the great Thierry Henry, not even in that.
Name it. You name all the greats.
This man has done all of them.
He's done it in single figures, not even double figures.
Listen, at this rate, he's
on par to get 66 Premiership goals at this moment.
That's Football Manager stuff. It's glitched. It's glitched.
I know he should beat Salah's, what's it called? I think it was Salah's one was 32.
Easy.
So it looks like he's on course. He's almost halfway there.
How many goals
has he scored? And it's not even halfway in the Premiership games.
How many goals has he scored now?
He's got 14 in the Prem.
He's got 14 already. And let me see. Let me just check something right now.
And it's only 8 games gone.
Just disgusting.
And then let's give plaudits to Foden as well, because Foden got his first ever hat trick as well.
Local
to
lad,
get
local
double
lad.
hat tricks. That shows you how bad Man
Local
United
hat
are.
trick in the
And
game.
then Man United and then maybe they should have cut the ball in half, but they found another ball to give to Foden.
I was saying that. We'll take the match.
How it works. How it works is whoever gets the hat trick first keeps the first ball anyway. But for me, what's it called? It shows you how bad it is that Man United.
Your connection is struggling, sir. We're also doing a live show. I don't know what you're spending your money with, but your connection is struggling, sir. My goodness.
Struggling. Maybe is it McDonald's? Is it?
Well, McDonald's internet. Where are you there? I don't know what's going on. But when Football Tosser pays you again, get a faster broadband speed.
Unstable internet.
unstable Liverpool defense too. They're mimicking them. But yeah,
or is it Man United fans trying to what's it called? We go 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I don't want him to blow us, so let's try and break his internet. But anyway, let me try and get back to Man. Let me try and get back to Man United quickly. That what's it called? They tried to say they get some positives from the second half, but there was no positives there, regardless if they score 3.
No,
that's because Man City switched off the gears.
Switched off
to gear 1.
Exactly.
It could have been 7 or 8. Let's not be fooled.
I wanted that as well. I wanted like 8 or something.
Of course, I wanted them to.
I'm not gonna lie.
You know, like what Liverpool gave to Leicester, kill them. But anyway, the good thing is it shows, as you said, Man United, even though they spent the same amount, if not more,
they spent more.
Literally, they're a billion miles behind.
And now this has been how many years now? What was the last Premier League title? I can't remember.
I think it was 2013. Is it 2013? Or was that yours? I think it's 2013.
Don't mention ours. Ours has been a long.
I think it's 2013 anyway. Still, but what's it called? Is it 2013?
Yeah, 2013. Yeah.
Yeah, see, so it's almost a decade now, and that's unheard of for Man United in a modern time. But anyway, good for Ten Hag, good for Ronaldo. Who asked Ronaldo to return to Old Trafford?
No. But I think for me, listen, they
bring him on at 4-0 anyway. What's he coming on for 4-0 to?
No, it doesn't matter. No, I don't buy that respect nonsense that we're saying. You listen, if you see him needs a goal, you bring him on. Okay, you bring him on. You bring him on.
What do you mean for respectability?
You bring him on. You need a goal. You bring your striker. You count on him. For me,
he done him anyway. He done him. 10
Yeah, he done him. But
he tried to say that I did it out of respect.
No, that was crap.
You made it even worse. You made it disrespect.
Yeah, but now Ten Hag should just you play the big boys there. You somehow find Ronaldo scores goals, and even though he's old, it puts a fear factor in that team.
Did Rashford play that game?
Rashford couldn't. Rashford, but the thing, the whole team was
Sancho.
Jeez, my goodness.
At least Anthony is showing his quality there anyway. That was a lovely perla.
Oh, no. Anthony, I like Anthony, but it was poor as well. I mean, that was a good goal.
But he showed a bit of quality with the finish.
Yeah, that was a good goal. But Man City, like I keep saying, the one wait. The one Achilles heel, that defense is going to let them down in the big game. In the Champions League, it's going to let them.
The Champions League,
it's going to win
them. It's going to win them the Premiership as usual, most likely.
But the Champions League.
We're talking about what's it called. We're talking about their defense. They had what's it called makeshift even players that started. They had their first choice centre backs on the bench there. Even that shows you, even with quite a few players missing, they still blew Man United out of the water. Anyway, Grealish had a good game, but for 100 million, no assists, no goals, it's still a poor performance. Even though it was good driving from him anyway.
I'll do. I know. I'll do Mourinho there. If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Yes,
I'm tired of speaking about Grealish.
We don't want you to get into trouble. Anyway, let's move over to what's it called? Another London derby: Crystal Palace versus Chelsea, and Potter scraped his first win, even though Chelsea were poor, but they got away with it.
Chelsea have been poor, but
dysfunctional.
Very dysfunctional. But Potter's got a big job in his hands. I mean, the good thing for him is that he's got a bunch of players that every manager would like to work with, because the attacking players are there. But I feel like with Chelsea, the midfield is lacking. They need another central midfielder. So Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante. They need someone fresh now. I feel they need someone fresh.
It's too stale.
Yeah, it's got a bit stale. Even though Gallagher...
And it's slow.
Yeah, even though Gallagher scored the perla, but for me, Still not good
against his own
Did you see?
ex-lonely team.
Did you see Vieira's face when the goal went in? He couldn't believe it as well. The face was.
He was gone. He was gone. He was gone. He was gone.
But
Aubameyang, your old ex-player, showed a bit of the old Aubameyang magic there after Thiago's assist. There was good finish from Aubameyang. It's about time he showed some.
He felt weird seeing him score in a different shirt.
It's true. In a different shirt like that still. It's all right at Barcelona or something, but when he's again back in England,
Chelsea, it felt weird. It felt weird. So yeah. It felt weird.
Talking about VAR, because we talked about VAR in the Arsenal game. Thiago Silva should have seen red. He knew what he was doing.
No.
He knew what he was doing. He deliberately handballed that, and the guy would have been through. One's coming back.
Maybe
red card for me.
Maybe I need to
from VAR.
Maybe I need to watch that again, but I don't feel like.
I think you do. I think you have to watch that again this time. Maybe you got the Arsenal one, possibly a Spurs one. You were edging it correctly. On this one, you got it wrong. It's a red card, and I think that the referee and VAR done a boo boo on that one. But well done to Potter. He needed that. What's it called? That win there. Palace all of a sudden are in poor form. You look at the table; they're near the bottom there still. Vieira's honeymoon is over.
Nah, relax.
I'm not saying that it's going to be sacked, but I'm just saying that look at the table. Palace
they're fine, man.
They're not fine. But what's it called?
They're fine. They're fine. They're fine. 6 points. 6 points. They'll survive. Yeah, they'll survive.
I'm not saying they're going down. I'm just saying that they're in a bit of poor form. That's what I'm saying still.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on.
But every game when Palace have played though, like I don't feel like the games they've lost are like by small margins. They just need to fine tune it. The games when they lose by fine margins. So,
But moving on, what's it called? Well, we'll keep it on the eye on Chelsea if they can. What's it called? Now start winning some back-to-back games. If Palace can get back on the winning. What's it called? March there. Moving on to who is it? Everton, who are difficult to beat. Is that their first win of the season?
Indeed.
Second win. Is it second win?
No, that should be the second one. Oh,
second win of the season there still, and I think that's the first. And I think that's the first time they scored more than one goal in a game. So
yeah, 2 goals.
So Prodis, and then your old friend there, who McNeil, first goal in what was it? 50-something games or whatever?
Yeah. Almost. I think almost 50 games now. McNeil.
So then, what's it called? Well done to Everton. They're hard to beat, and they're showing a bit of still now under Frank Lampard. So the Tottenham fans will be happy with that. What's he called? Our friend Daisy Dean and stuff like that. Southampton, whatever his name is.
They in problems.
Yes,
they
a bit of money as well.
They're in serious problems. I feel Southampton needs to sort it out. And for me, how they didn't go back to Chelsea to get the striker Bolger and to do everything else to get that guy in, because they might survive this season because the teams below them are so poor. But my goodness, another season of Southampton doing nonsense. That's what they want to do again.
It might not last a season, but we'll watch that space there still.
Wait. I forgot to mention this last episode, but shout out to Iwobi because the guy's been on crazy. He's been on crazy form for Everton. Every week he's doing assists for Everton, and he's playing a good figure role. So
he's now turned into a centre midfielder or whatever. Somebody's players now turning like Joelinton, changing into a midfielder. These strikers moving.
Nice. He's showing his pass. I'm happy for him.
There you go. Ex-Arsenal there. Well done. And then moving on to what's it called? A blowout at the Craven Cottage. The cottage was blown out of the grounds.
Listen, I told you about Almiron. You'll say he doesn't have to finish. Now, what was he done this week?
He heard us.
That goal.
Us. Maybe he's one of the 91 people that watched our show. Watch our show, you mugs.
Well, I've been laughing too much on the show. Wait 1 second. But listen. Almiron, that goal he scored reminded me. Seemed like a throwback from like 12 years ago, 15 years ago with if you remember the winger at Newcastle, Robert. Same position.
Yeah.
But this one was better because you don't expect it. You don't expect it.
Yeah.
Top. So wonderful goal.
It's good. It's good. And Callum Wilson returning with a goal there, and it's good. Newcastle needed that win there because they've been doing the draws and they're a bit hard to beat as well.
They're hard to beat, man.
But so after that red card, which was a definite red card anyway, there's no questions about
No,
that. Whatever he was
no.
doing.
You don't play all the time,
What
and
are you
then
doing?
you don't play all the time, and then when you play, you do that nonsense. Get out.
So you deserve not to, even when you after that free match ban, you deserve not to play again anyway for a long time. But well done to Newcastle anyway. They're having a great season there with Eddie Howe. Moving on to what I did say. There's 2 more games.
I know you're happy. I know you when you coming to what, Wolves.
I'm not happy. I
You've
you
finally got him out the door.
I didn't.
They've heard your voice. They finally got him out the door.
What happened is he kept going back to the dentist. And the dentist said, "There's only so much I can do, Bruno. There's only so much I can do.
We can't give you Wolves teeth anymore."
That's what I'm saying. You're toothless. You're toothless. Portugal FC. Look at himself. All these nice players and no strikers. And then you got rid of the heartbeat of the changing room of Connor Cody, the captain.
No.
Then you got rid of Bolly.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
all of a sudden you've got no centre backs. And then you're playing Neves or whatever is at what's it called at centre back. It's a hell of a mess.
I mean,
I think that's only 2 victories in the last 17 there, or awful stats were going on.
No. That was
what you were saying halfway through last season. You were saying possible manager of the season shout. My God, how time changes.
Time changes. Time's a great interpreter.
It doesn't wait for no one. It doesn't wait for no one.
But for me, you hit the nail on the head with Bowley and Cody. I'm afraid of one of them could have gone, but taking both of them, and then you're playing. What's the guy you playing? And then you're playing the silly kid. Is it Collins or whatever you play?
Yeah, it's nonsense.
So I feel
it's a mess back there. Well done to. Well done to another under pressure manager in that Moyes there still. They needed that.
They needed that.
Shemeka, what's it called? The striker, Italian striker scoring.
What did you call it?
The Italian striker.
What did you call it? Because I had Shoemaker or something. What did you call it?
It wasn't Schumacher anyway.
Schumacher.
Anyway, Bowen with his bent fingers was able to get on the scoring sheet.
All the second say, I need to read your contract of football toss of you're presenting. Does it say you don't get the words right and that's okay? My goodness. Samanka
Shamanka. Is it Radadasku? But anyway, going back, let's start being professional. But much needed win for West Ham and also a clean sheet. Wolves are in trouble this season. That's why I think the owners said we have to cut him adrift quickly. And then moving on,
I like the team as well. I like Wolves.
And then the other game, which was a poor game anyway. The only thing I can say about the other game, which was Bournemouth versus Brentford, the only controversy was there that they had a penalty in the last seconds, which was a penalty. The referee went to the VAR. He blew the whistle like he was gonna go like that and say that. And next minute, it was a 4-time whistle. It's a shocker. That's all that can be said about that game anyway.
Yeah, the game was even Tony. That was a game for you to answer.
Yes, but it didn't work. And then moving on to what's it called? Villa versus Leeds versus Villa. That was it shows you that what's it called? Aston Villa and Gerrard, there's big pressure there. Watkins is poor, missing many chances. Coutinho, after getting the full-time contract, it looks finished.
Yeah.
And then what's it called? There's loads of problems at what's it called? At Villa. There's a decent point for 10 men Leeds anyway. Still. Because there were 10 men for after 45 minutes.
Yeah, and that was a red.
There you go. No questions asked anyway. It was a stupid second yellow anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's soft, but knowing the rules, knowing the rules, then you have to go. You have to walk.
Then moving on to the game where we were talking about whoever loses this game gets sacked. The game of tonight, where Leicester, the Tigers were back roaring, Madison. and they ripped what's
Madison,
called them. Forest a new one. Madison, as you said, we've been saying it for a while. How this guy doesn't get into the England team? There's a real hatred there from Southgate.
It's a farce. How this guy? He's not there. It's for me. Like if I feel like if Southgate doesn't get England for me, if Southgate doesn't get to the semi-finals of England, he should get sacked.
Southgate, yes. I think even if he gets to the semi-final, he should be sacked because he's got
get him out.
I'm tired. Some quality.
I'm tired. How this guy has been there for so long, and then the only thing he's done in his career is to get Middlesbrough and now England relegated.
There you go. And England relegated from the National League. So shocking. Yes, well done to Rodgers and under pressure Rodgers and Leicester. Not only did they score goals for fun, which we always say they can do,
they kept the clean sheet. I was surprised.
Forest that have signed 24 players. My God, my God. No wonder they're clueless because they don't know who they're playing. The teammates don't know who they're playing with every game. There's someone different there.
Their teammates don't even know themselves. Hey, who are you? Oh,
there you are. Last week I played with what's the name? This week I played with. Are you with us? Lingard. Are you Lingard? I am Lingard. Oh, okay. So yeah, Cooper could be out tomorrow. But well done anyway to Leicester. They needed that win. Quickly, let's try and do some midweek Champions League fixtures there. There's some games there. Tomorrow, England versus Scotland, Liverpool versus Rangers. Liverpool back to winning ways.
If Liverpool don't win that, then they're finished because Rangers have been on poor form as well.
Then Frankfurt versus Spurs.
I say a draw. That's a funny game. Even Frankfurt are down in the German table, but I see them holding Spurs. I go for a draw.
Okay, on Wednesday, Chelsea versus AC Milan. That's a big game for Chelsea there because Chelsea are bottom of their group and they need to start winning.
I don't see them winning that.
It's a difficult game there.
I don't see them winning.
Sorry?
I don't see them winning.
I think it's going to be a draw, that one still. What's it called? In the other one, I think Spurs are going to win against Frankfurt 2-1. That's what I'm thinking. And then you got Man City versus FC and Copenhagen.
Oh Lord, that's goals galore for the fantasy players. Goals galore.
So what's it called? So yeah, that's it. We as you said you said a couple episodes there. I think was it last week or the other episode? Let's not even talk about Europa League or Europa League.
Oh, wow. Be professional.
Maybe we'll look forward to the big game of the weekend there. Arsenal versus Liverpool there. What have you got to say on that one quickly then?
Come on, it's 3 points. We're bringing it home, baby.
All right then. I think Liverpool, even if they're awful, I think it might be a 2-2 or Liverpool win it 2-1. The experience.
Oh, because you guys do Arsenal all the time. Not this time, sir. Yeah. Not this time.
Just like you always do Spurs there still. Why are you not